Good morning. Let us start the next chapter. The method of a safe disposal of a waste. Safe disposal means now many toxic waste generated. Even from the domestic waste also many toxic waste are there. As I told you, the paint, the expiring medicines and so on. So the tackling of this waste in the proper way so that it should not give the harmful effect on the environment, so the proper disposal of this waste is very important. How we can properly dispose this waste material, one by one we will see in this chapter. The first method is a collection of a waste. So how we collect this waste in the proper way, the toxic waste in the separate place and the non-toxic or biodegradable waste in the other place. Two type of waste, the biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Biodegradable waste means which very easily decompose and mixes in the soil, and non-biodegradable like which does not easily decompose and mixes in the soil, like plastic, glass and like that. So when it was collected separately, biodegradable, if it was collected separately, it can be used very nicely, very clearly, it can be decomposed and used as a manure, and non-biodegradable can be easily recycled and it can be reused again and again. So the first step is a collection. If the waste is collected separately, toxic, non-toxic, biodegradable, non-biodegradable, separate collection becomes a very important for the safe disposal, because when the biodegradable waste easily make a manure, non-biodegradable it can be recycled, it can be reused. So what will happen, the waste disposal of a waste will become easier. Otherwise we have to take a very proper precaution for this vast waste to decompose or dispose the waste. So it should be done, collection should be done properly. The second step is segregation. Segregation means separating. All when the garbage was collected, it should be separated. How can separate? Like the glass should be separated, the plastic should be separated, metal should be separated, the paper should be separated, and the biodegradable kitchen waste like the leftover food, the vegetable peels should be separated, collected separately. When all these things collected separately, then what will happen? It will be easily the waste will reduce. Recyclable item can be recycled, reuse item can be reused, and degradable material should be used for the making manure and it can be reused. So the segregation, next steps comes as a segregation, the separation of all the waste in the different category. After that, storing is also very important. Storing means when the waste was stored in the dustbin, when it was kept in the dustbin, it should be properly handled. Otherwise what will happen in the dustbin, if the waste was kept for the longer duration, it will start decomposing in the dustbin only. It will give the bad odor, diseases and all that thing. So once it very regularly, the dustbin should be properly cleaned. Secondly, when it was taken by the municipality van, the van should be properly covered. It should not, the waste should not spread on the street, so that the street should be clean. So the storing of this waste is also very important. And after that, the biodegradable waste can be used properly for the manure. The storing of this waste material also become very important. Now the next topic, transfer and transportation of waste. It was collected from the home, the different reason, different type of a waste is created, At the domestic, mainly the biodegradable waste is there. Similarly, from the industry, the different type of a waste is there. From the hospitals, different type of a waste is there. Different reason having a different type of a waste. So it should be collected separately. Though the hospital waste is biodegradable and recyclable, like the syringe, the glucose bottles, the sample of a blood, it can be recycled or degradable. but it should be not mixes in the rest of the waste material, because the syringe which is used, it may having a harmful diseases, so it will be disposed properly and safely. So the transfer and transportation of this waste should be done properly. It should be collected separately. It should be taken through a covered van, so it will not spread on the road by the wind and so on. After that, the dumping of the landfill. After the collection, the next step is the dumping. How the waste was dumped in the region. Dumping means when scissoration occurs, separation was done, then the waste was collected in the region, it was kept, it was digged in the ground, and for the making of manure. So that particular region, landfill, we have to select the land where this waste is dumped. Now this waste were dumped, this landfill was selected. It should be generally outer region of the city, should not be in the interior of the city, because all type of waste is collected there. So it was outer region of the city. It is also not very close to any water body, because when it is very close to water body, when the waste will decompose, it will mixes in the water body, will give the harmful effect on water body. So it is also separated, it is also taken the place where the water bodies is not there. So that landfill is taken, that landfill also having a proper sunlight, so the decomposition of the garbage become easier. It should also having the air, water and the sunlight. Moisture should be there, humidity should be there, so they decompose very rapidly and easily. So all these things should be kept in the mind when the dumping selection of our landfill is done. After that, this waste was dumped in the area, and it should be covered for the few duration of a time. And because of that, what happens, slowly and gradually it will decompose nicely and mixes in the soil. So this was a landfill selection of a landfill should be done very properly, so that it can decompose easily. Now next topic we'll do next time. Thank you.